I'll go back a little bit here. Okay. Muhammad Atif then said as he tried to collect his old way of thinking, "Dead. Yes, dead. But the videos of Neville, his CDs, they live on. That Daniel Kabashi we attacked put this CD in a rest stop outside of Seattle, right? And he put the other CDs you destroyed in rest stops ever since then, right? If so, he's placing these things everywhere. A regular Johnny Appleseed, but with anti-Islam CDs this time. Sowing anti-Islam CDs across the continent, leading to soul death by creating doubt in the most compassionate, most merciful, like you said yourself, brother. These CDs and Kabashi are what we are in jihad against now, brothers. This is our jihad. Dar al-Harb still exists. After all, we are still at war. If we don't see what the CDs attack Islam on, how? How can we fight them if they find their way onto the internet by Kabashi? And don't tell me they can't get on the internet either. With horror in his eyes, Atif went on with, Kabashi is creating sleeper cells, brothers. Sleeper cells! Sleeper cells of his own making. Who knows how many of them are now out there, all across America, all across the continent, with these CDs right now in their possession, waiting to get some kind of call to activation. How many? Some kind of switch to call to set them all off, making them suddenly go into action, flooding cyberspace with not just 5 or 10 videos talking about Muhammad. May Allah pray on him. May Allah pray on him and give him blessing. But saying that Shaitan sleeps in our nose at night. Not 5 or 10 videos exposing taqiyya. And how we Muslims are all given Allah's blessing to lie and deceive the non-Muslim world. Not 5 or 10 videos talking about Abu Dawud 2150 hadith. Not Abu Dawud 2150 hadith, said Mahbub with horror in his eyes. Yes, brother Mahbub. Abu Dawud 2150 hadith, reporting how Allah gives us Muslims free license to rape women in front of their infidel husbands. Not 5 or 10 videos exposing that hadith, but thousands of videos exposing that and such things we all fight so desperately to deny and keep hidden from the non-Muslim world while they are still strong, while they still might have a chance in resisting submission to the one true religion. Do you see, brothers? Do you see what we're all dealing with? Those sleeper cells of Kabashi and Neville could suddenly take them to the internet if Kabashi activates them by making some kind of news in a big way. News he could be secretly planning right now. Then those who are secretly arming, man, those who are secretly arming become militias and it could all be turned around against us by those who leave Islam to join them. Atef's fellow brothers looked horrified. Atef went on with, Kabashi has the password to the dead Christian Prince 3's internet accounts. We have to have an answer for them. If we don't get those passwords he said he has in that video, there was a pause as those around Atef thought about what Atef, the trucker, had just said. Muhammad Yesua Yasir, the van driver, then said, if we fail, Mustafa will have Kabashi and Neville's accounts shut down on the internet. There will be no replacement of Neville to act like he survived the explosion in his house and reverted to Islam. No replacement of Kabashi to act like he reverted to Islam either after seeing Neville come back to Allah. The Muslim in the passenger seat named Muhammad Thayer Thaqib asked, no lying? It's not lying, brother, assured the van driver, Muhammad Yesua Yasir. Allah's apostle, may Allah pray on him and give him blessing, said, war is deceit. Like it or not, but we are at war with the haters of Allah's religion. We are at war with those who will not submit to the one true religion. Anything not under the control of Dar al-Islam is the abode of war, brother. It's Dar al-Harb. By all means necessary are we to fight in Allah's cause, even if that means through deception. If it weren't for knowing Allah's apostle, may Allah pray on him and give him blessing, that war is deceit, we wouldn't have a Muslim in the White House now doing the bidding of Allah for us. No slave of Allah as president, period. And Palestine would not be a state now. War is deceit and deception. There was another pause. Muhammad Yesua Yasir then said, continue, brother, but remember, this kafir is like all kafirs, an evil liar who will only act like he loves you. As Quran says, they act like they love us while at night they bite their fingernails in hatred of us. That's why we are allowed to smile to them while inwardly we curse them. Before Atef could tap on the mouse to activate the video again, Yesua Yasir added, the heat is turned on high. I'm still cold. That broken window needs to be blocked better to keep the heat in. As one of the Muslims in the van tried to block it for his brothers, Atef tapped on the mouse again, making the sub's image move again, and say, talk about a big, hard, swift kick in the upraised patootie in prostration, if there ever was one, especially if one has been doing Muslim worship toward the big, black, dark cube in the desert for 70 friggin' years. Laptop was stopped again by Atef. The young-looking Ziad, who was watching the video, said with anger, oh, how I hate how he mocks Salat with calling it patootie in the air. May Allah burn off his skin twice daily in hellfire, not once a day, twice. Ziad then looked at Atef and said, continue, brother. Atef just stared straight ahead and said in a monotone, the hadith about seeking knowledge for 1 hour being better than 70 years of prayer is weak hadith, isn't it? Please tell me it's weak and not sahih. Muhammad Yesua Yasir looked a little shifty-eyed and said, what do you find wrong with that hadith, brother? Seeking knowledge is very important. Islam is for the wise, not the stupid, like kafirs. Right, said Atef, suddenly feeling nauseous again. But Yeah, right, said Atef, suddenly feeling nauseous again. But how can seeking knowledge for just 1 hour be better than what we do 5 times a day every day for 70 years? How can it be better than what we do 5 times a day for every day for the rest of our lives? This 1 hour of seeking knowledge. What kind of knowledge? Any knowledge, brother? But how can any knowledge seeking be better than even 1 hour of prayer? Please tell me that's not Sahih Hadith he's talking about. Muhammad Yesua Yasir thought and said, "It's not authentic." Atef suddenly looked relieved. "Oh, praise Allah," he said with his eyes closed. "Oh, praise Allah." Atef looked as though a huge weight had been lifted off his shoulders. But the comforting words of, quote, "not authentic," didn't last long. Yeah, but the comforting words of "not authentic" didn't last. Muhammad Wali al-Din, the Muslim who drove the pickup that attacked Daniel Kabashi, then said softly, That's not exactly right, Brother Muhammad." Atef opened his eyes and groaned. "What?" He whimpered out, frightened. "What do you mean?" Muhammad Wali al-Din said, "I read in an Islamic pamphlet on Muslim worship that seeking knowledge for 1 hour is better than 7 years of prayer." The serious tone of the pickup driver was like a knife jab into Atef's stomach, making him groan and cry out a long, drawn-out, making him cry a long, drawn-out, "No!" before adding, "Please don't tell me that." "It's probably Allah's apostle, may Allah pray and give him blessing. Just being metaphoric, brother," said Wali al-Din. "How's it metaphoric?" whined Atef. At the steering wheel, Muhammad Yesua Yasir looked shifty-eyed, and then said, "Like when Allah's apostle, may Allah pray on him, give him blessing, said, 'Fever is caused by the heat of hell.'" "He said that?" shouted Mahbub Mazen as if shocked. "He said that?" shouted Mahbub Mazen as if shocked. Yesua Yasir said, "Well, yes, it's metaphoric, like when Allah's apostle, may Allah pray on him, give him blessing, said, if the man discharges first during sex, the baby will be a boy, and if the woman discharges first, the baby will be a girl." Atef groaned, knocking off his cap and grabbing at his hair. He looked up at the ceiling of the van. "Brother, what's the matter with you?" asked Muhammad Ziad Hura Jabir, sitting close to him. There was concern in the young-looking Muslim's big eyes. Atef winced and looked down. He then whispered, "That's not metaphoric, brother. That's stupid." A look of horror filled the big eyes of Ziad, who once mimed throat-cutting. Atef went on and said, "A woman doesn't discharge sperm." Right, said Ziad. "But women do discharge during sex. I've heard that they do. I've heard they do. So it's metaphoric, like when Allah's apostle, may Allah pray on him and give him blessing, said the sun seeks permission to rise again." Atef cried out as if stabbed again. He then cried out with anger and frustration, "How is that metaphoric? How?" I'll continue. Yeah.